All right, lean in, because today we're watching a rare wildlife documentary. 3 of the internet's most profitable egos decided to cram themselves into one studio and pretend they're friends. Logan Paul, MrBeast, and KSI, the YouTube triumvirate of chaos, charity stunts, and questionable life choices, sat down on a podcast like contestants on the world's weirdest reality show.
We did launch Lunchly today. We actually just did it. If you guys saw on Instagram Live, probably the best quality live stream.
Well, I think you might have tried to see it on live.
Yes.
They weren't there to wrestle, race, or drop a collab banger. No. They were there to sell us a lunchbox, dodge lawsuits, compare hairlines, and reveal how detached they are from literally everything that isn't monetizable. The conversation opens with the kind of forced, over-enthused handshake choreography you only see when people who don't actually like each other are signing a handshake contract. Hey guys, what's up? Pleasure. Yeah, the pleasure's mutual. Cue the plastered smiles, the little chuckles, the confused attempts to remember a compliment they thought of 2 minutes ago. Right away, MrBeast starts hyping his new TV series.
Amazon show dropping later this year.
Yeah.
Most contestants of any game show in history, largest cash prize of any game show in history, most cameras recording simultaneously of any production in history. I can go on and on. I mean, if there's a world record for game shows, we broke it. And we even broke a lot of stuff that have nothing to do with game shows.
He's describing a massive production, a city in the desert, contestants living together, a cinematic scale that would make a blockbuster exec nod politely and then faint. Logan, in his patented cautious trolling mode, jumps in. Oh, so it's like Burning Man. Which is not so much a question as an accusation disguised as curiosity. He isn't asking. He's planting a seed. Are you copying culture now, Jimmy? A polite way to say, I have opinions about your aesthetics. And also, I'd like a link to that rent-a-set. Full disclosure, if you have the resources to construct a made-up metropolis in the middle of a field, congratulations on having that particular kind of influence. But the way Logan leans forward, squints, and says, Burning Man?
I could say this. We built a city in the middle of nowhere. There's just a field.
What?
And
That's just Burning Man.
and we pulled up. No, we built like an actual
Yeah,
city.
that's what they do at Burning Man.
Yeah, but like
We went to Burning Man.
Wait, as in like
so,
buildings?
buildings, like actually a walled-in city that the contestants lived in throughout the show.
What?
Is comedy gold. Not because it's true, opinion, it's not Burning Man, but because Logan is the human embodiment of every internet commenter who queues 20 replies before the original tweet finishes. Jimmy's correction is earnest.
It really hurts not to look at that camera. So they just.
Are you crying?
It looks like he's.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
But the correction itself becomes the target. Logan's follow-up, are you on drugs, is less a question and more an attempt to manufacture virality. Look, asking if a man is on drugs because he built a tiny city is a bold energy move. It's the energy of someone who leaves a group chat and then tells everyone they were kidding, only to immediately screenshot the receipts and post them.
Are you on Adderall or something?
No, I just want to see it so badly.
Logan's shtick works because it's performative. The problem is it lands like a water balloon wrapped in bubble wrap. Dramatic, noisy, and slightly mushy. That Burning Man riff somehow spirals into a talk about drugs, then into music, then into AI. Logan suggests that KSI should use AI to write lyrics, which, as a one-liner, lands somewhere between prescient and petty. It's a good roast, sure, but it also reveals an important thing. Logan is the guy who loves being the clever guy in the room. He doesn't always need to be right. He just has to be loud enough that people assume correctness as a side effect of volume. KSI shrugs it off, Logan laughs, and MrBeast mentions he dabbles with AI. We get the modern celebrity trifecta: content, cash, and curiosity. But the tone is weirdly adolescent. Here are billionaires, each with their own company, teams, and intellectual property, casually suggesting mass-produced creativity via an algorithm. It's fascinating because there's a tension between the artisanal, we made this ourselves brand and the reality, algorithms, contractors, and pitch decks. Add a dash of self-awareness, and you have a moment of genuine modernity. These creators represent the collision of human craft and AI scale output. But the joke lands because they treat it like an inside secret, when in reality, we all know the secret. The product is polished, and sometimes it's polished by 1,000 invisible hands. When billionaires joke about settling for AI lyrics, the rest of us should check our playlists for suspiciously generic hooks. Now, on to the main course, Lunchly. It's the kind of brand name that sounds like someone tried to be clever with a portmanteau and then let a focus group of 3-year-olds name the flavor. Is it Prime but smaller? The host asks. Is it Lunchables with a billionaire face on it? People confuse it. They're supposed to. Confusion equals conversation, and conversation equals clicks. It's marketing 101. Make it slightly ambiguous, let the community invent meaning, and then sell that meaning back as limited edition merch.
I was
Yeah,
like, all
bro.
right, let me get my Logan hype.
A little viral marketing.
Yeah, yeah.
Never hurt nobody.
I want to hear your Lunchly pitch.
My Lunchly pick.
Yeah, you got to start sneaking that in.
That's true.
Just eat it. It's fantastic.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's actually not bad. Because
Maybe
Well,
talk a
but
little
that's
more
what-
about the taste. Like,
Well, I
just
think
eat it,
people will
tastes
try
good.
it.
Though, comes when the conversation shifts from product pride to product gaslighting. The trio moves from, we built this and it's great, to, people are so dumb for being mad about a thing we may or may not have done. And suddenly, the room goes from startup chic to courtroom waiting room.
Like, it's one of the things where people will look at it and go, oh, okay, I know what Lunchly is. Let me try it. I love Prime. I love Feastables.
I
I
think the
Or just do a taste test.
Just buy one and have like 10 of your friends.
y'all be the
You know?
judge. We're confident. in
Exactly,
it.
yeah.
No, but Jimmy, I really want to talk about these lawsuits because they're a big deal on the Prime.
Okay.
Instead of celebrating the launch, the conversation turns to the lawsuits and the negative press.
Pick one.
We're in the process of
Okay.
settling that
Was
one.
it the Forever Chemical
Yep.
one? Okay.
Forever
That
Chemicals.
lawsuit.
Yep.
Okay.
PFAS. So earlier this year, a weird like string of rumors started floating around because someone sued us saying that Prime had forever chemicals
Yeah,
like
in the drink.
like more than you were supposed to drink in like a lifetime, whatever. I made a TikTok debunking it.
I love those.
The inevitable friction that comes when you sell things to millions of people at once. They circle the subject like hungry predators sniffing a carcass, but keep saying, not that, while loudly pointing to this other thing. This is influence era deflection. Don't answer the uncomfortable question. Instead, mock the people who asked it. Logan does a performance. He's incredulous about Forever Chemicals being in a drink. MrBeast and co. respond with an emotional tone that translates to, bro, would we do something that dumb?
People fuck with facts. But regardless, the rumor still got out there, and like low key, the damage is done. And now, even though we're in this lawsuit, whether it's true or not, people think it. And so the lawsuit got dismissed. The plaintiff does have a chance to amend it, but she's chosen not to. She's coming back with one like really weak ass claim that's probably also going to get dismissed. But it's just like an example of like people reaching, trying to get attention, make a quick buck on a frivolous lawsuit that actually has no merit or is based in nothing. And we're not going to settle. We're not going to settle because your claims are bullshit. And in addition to the Forever Chemicals lawsuit being dropped.
The rhetorical strategy is the same as saying, we're shocked that people who don't like us assumed we did something illegal. It's a neat parry. And yes, sometimes corporations do stupid things. But in this conversation, the incredulity is performative, designed to gaslight and reset the narrative. The narrator's mic drop. When billionaires are shocked on camera, make sure to check whether they cleared their statements with counsel, PR, and the board minutes. Because no billionaire roast is complete without a detour into physical insecurity. The conversation hits hairlines quicker than you can say transplant tourism. KSI's bandana gets its own segment, which, in influencer terms, is like showing up to a debate dressed as a meme. Logan's hair transplant? Brag-adjacent vulnerability. MrBeast's casual vasectomy reveal? Unexpectedly humanizing and deeply performative. All at once. They joke about flying to Turkey for transplants like it's a weekend getaway. The jokes are funnier when you realize this is a bizarre intersection of medical tourism, masculinity, and brand posture. These men, who monetize their personas, discuss scalp solutions openly and then laugh it off. It's oddly wholesome and deeply performative. They're adults talking about being judged in a safe bubble where judgment becomes content. The roast note. Hairlines are a public affair now. If influencers shave their insecurities, their branding grows thicker. Let's rip off the Band-Aid. These guys don't like each other like brothers. They like each other like business partners in a tight group investment of attention.
Actually, do you want to be him? And you're like, no. And people kept clipping that and being like, look what JJ said, does this? And I was like, no, that's what I expected him to say.
No, I'm so glad you were honest about it.
Yeah,
because like
terrifying being MrBeast.
I have the same thought.
Just the amount of stress that he puts onto himself. I'm like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how your heart.
It's why people think I'm 35, even though I'm 26.
Yeah.
The podcast's energy reads like a season of manufactured camaraderie, where each laugh is calibrated and each, I love you bro, would have a contract clause if spoken aloud. They trade passive-aggressive compliments, then follow them with little jabs.
It is a major turnoff, Jimmy. I'm a pretty driven motherfucker, and every time I come and hang around you, I'm literally like, what am I doing with my life?
Let's step it up, bro. Let's go hit some Walmart after this.
No, see, that's the difference between you and
Let's go hit them.
No, I don't want to hit the Walmarts. I want to go home and kiss my fiance and raise a child. That's what I want to do.
You're a nerd, Logan says to MrBeast, as if being brilliant at numbers and logistics is an insult. KSI and Logan joke about Jimmy's childhood, about being bullied, about who played what sport. And Jimmy answers honestly, which then gets treated as exotic fodder. When MrBeast mentions he was bullied, Logan and KSI almost treat it like a trivia reveal, like finding out someone's favorite cereal. The moment is oddly clinical. They're mining empathetic moments for content packages about resilience and hustle. It works because empathy sells, but it's unsettling when empathy becomes a KPI. The bullying segment is revealing for multiple reasons. It shows that, despite their wealth, they still feel the pangs of being misunderstood, which is real and valid. But it also shows how fame rearranges those pains into marketable narratives. I got bullied becomes a hook for, look how far I've come. It's effective storytelling, but the delivery here feels transactional. Let's be honest. Narrative arcs about adversity are emotionally effective because they're relatable. But when adversity is used as a brand lever, it warrants inspection. Are they sharing to humanize or to cement a brand archetype? The answer is both.
Vasectomy.
Oh,
Ew, that's disgusting. I could never. Ew. I feel like, but you guys are also a couple years older than me. I feel like, you're...
well, yeah, relax.
Well,
31?
You're 31?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were 29.
Oh, wow.
But you're over. I'm like, hey, yeah, I'll have kids in 10 years. You're 5 years older than me and still not popping them out. So why is that a crazy story?
No, I know, but that's because there's a time. There's a time.
Their lives are messy. Their PR teams know that messy lives make better content than tidy ones. So expect the next merch drop to be resilience-themed and the hoodie to come in bullied but built colors. Now for the part where things pivot from gaudy to deeply personal. Fatherhood.
Probably already be a dad.
Dude,
Whoa.
this will be the last podcast where I'm not a dad.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
That's really crazy.
That's crazy.
On the surface, the trio's talk about babies is silly, weird, and giddy, and awkward. But digging under the laughs, you find genuine anxiety. Logan admits, in more serious moments, that fatherhood looms like a responsibility that could upend his current lifestyle. MrBeast nonchalantly mentions his vasectomy, and the whole room reacts like they've just been told the stock market closed on a Tuesday. There's a lot to unpack. 1. Their confessions reveal genuine human fear. The fear that the machine of their careers will gobble up whatever normal life they try to build.
So look, this is actually pretty cool that we get to sit here on this podcast and not only talk about coming together for this company, because we all have like so much history together in different ways, but also like not to toot our horns, but toot, bro. We've each come up on the internet, and I'm blessed to say we've had really successful careers. So to be able to just sit here and kind of like shoot the shit is kind of cool. I know you, Jimmy, just got done shooting.
2. The jokes about being absent dads. They're part defensive and part rehearsal. Public figures rehearsing the version of themselves they'll present later. The narrator notes, men with enormous public schedules, tours, shoots, and launches are allowed to be afraid of being absent fathers. The problem crops up when that fear is used to justify choices that impact others. Then it becomes content, not just confession. The baby as alien metaphor is classic internet. You'll feel tiny fists, like an alien punching from the inside. The men explode with fascination, awe, and that weird male vulnerability you don't see outside of coffee shops and late night shows.
So if you ever have a kid, are you gonna be like the absent dad?
I'm not gonna have kids till I'm ready. So no, I mean that's why I'm not. Probably a decade down the road.
Wait, a decade?
I'm pushing that stuff. Like, bro, if I had a kid now, yeah, I'd be super absent. I don't know how you're gonna balance Prime, WWE, everything you got now. Lunchly, I know you will, and I've obviously talked to him behind the scenes. Logan's very serious about wanting to be a good father, but that's like, I mean, that would just destroy my life if I had a kid.
The conversation here is genuinely tender, occasionally gross, and frequently disarming. And that's the thing. These men are caricatures until they whisper about something tender. Then suddenly they're human again.
I feel like family is pretty cool. It can be pretty cool.
Oh, it is. Yeah. No, you know what's funny is this is why I personally hate doing podcasts, because my opinions change so much over time.
Logan's fascination with seeing the baby is both endearing and a bit performative. We can tell because he's narrating his feelings. Still, the rawness is effective content because it breaks the monotony of sponsored banter. When the joke about unborn babies flails into romantic metaphor, you feel the human for a second, and you remember. The rest is show, but this might actually be real. Since we're padding this out with value, and, making it longer because you asked, let's peek at the playbooks these guys run on. MrBeast is the philanthropy spectacle man, with giant stunts, generous giveaways, and that particular knack for viral altruism. Logan is headline gold, boxing, controversies, and unfiltered persona capital. KSI is the crossover athlete, musician, comedian, with a career that zigzags in ways that make trend analysts salivate. All three built empires on authenticity, or on the simulation of authenticity. MrBeast acts like your generous neighbor who you suspect also owns 3 islands. Logan acts like the loud, slightly unhinged friend who always has a better story. KSI acts like someone who made the left turn from prankster to musician deliberately, and with a very specific ROI in mind. Each persona sells because it sells us identity, aspiration, and the idea that the internet can turn anyone into a product. This is silly, but it's a useful mirror. Their existing brands already trade on fantasy. Logan on drama, MrBeast on spectacle, KSI on crossover energy. The roast here is affectionate but sharp. These men are brilliant at packaging life for attention. That packaging sometimes looks like a lunchbox, and sometimes like a TV city in the desert. It's all the same product, a promise of extraordinary life, dressed in influencer chic. Let's get serious for a minute, because roasting is only funny until you ignore the facts. When people with massive platforms release products, the stakes are higher than clicks. Lawsuits matter because they reveal how a product behaves in the real world, who it harms, who it helps, And who gets reimbursed? The casual disbelief in the podcast, "Who would put forever chemicals in a drink?" is a rhetorical stub meant to stop inquiry, not invite it. Accountability in influencer culture is messy. Fans love to defend, cancel, and resurrect creators daily. But behind the memes are supply chains, contracts, and real people buying products. The roast? It's fine to build empires, but when your launch comes with a PR maelstrom, the way you respond matters more than the launch itself. A laugh today becomes a headline tomorrow, and the threads of that headline pull at real lives. All right, that's it for today. If you laughed, hit like. If you wanted to throw something at the screen, leave a comment. I want to see the best roast lines. Subscribe if you enjoy these deep dives into the biggest personalities shaping the internet and making lunchboxes while they're at it. Till next time, stay skeptical, stay entertained, and for the love of content, don't buy anything just because a guy with perfect teeth told you to.